Hello everyone and welcome to Mr. Simplifies Tutorials. In this tutorial we're going to look into Kaizen. We're going to understand what Kaizen is, how it works, what the principles of Kaizen are, and then look into some real life implementation examples and look into applying Kaizen to your personal life. Now, Kaizen in the simplest of ways is a lean production approach used to create continuous improvement by introducing small and continual positive changes to existing processes. The word Kaizen is built out of two Japanese words, Kai, which means change, and Zen, which means for the better or improvement. The implied meaning of the term is continuous improvement. Originating in Japan, Kaizen has been an essential part of the long-term improvement strategies for several renowned organizations in the world. An important element of Kaizen is to get as many people as possible involved in the process. Each person in an organization is invaluable and can improve the overall operation of the organization to some extent, one way or another. Now, let's investigate how Kaizen works using a Kaizen cycle. The Kaizen philosophy is that everything can be improved by making slow, gradual, continual changes. Now, one of the ways of using Kaizen is by using the Kaizen cycle. The Kaizen cycle involves identifying issues or opportunities, rolling out solutions, and repeating the process over and over again to continually get improved processes and results. It is therefore a cyclic process. Below are the 7 stages of the Kaizen cycle. The first stage is to get employees involved. Employees need to be involved to identify and solve issues or incorporate improvements. Including employees will also ensure buy-in from them. Specific groups of employees can be identified for this process depending on their skills and their specialty. The next step is identify issues or identify opportunities. Here we draw up a list of issues or opportunities based on the feedback provided from the selected employees. The next step is to create a solution. Here we encourage the team to come up with creative solutions to the issues enlisted. And then what we do is we select the best solutions from the ideas presented. The next step is to actually test the solution. What we can do is we can actually run a pilot to test the solution. The next stage is to analyze results or progress. So at various stages, we have to collect data and analyze results to understand how successful the change has been. And the next stage is implementation. If the pilot is successful, the solution can be implemented on an organizational basis or a project basis, whatever is applicable for the current process. If it isn't successful, we go back to the testing stage and select another solution to pilot. It's important to understand that this cycle needs to be repeated and continued on a regular basis to ensure successful Kaizen implementation. Small changes and improvements, bringing in gradual increments in productivity and efficiency, is the essence of Kaizen. So in a way, the Kaizen cycle is similar to some other lean methodologies like the PDCA cycle. Of course, if you want to learn more about the PDCA cycle, check out the link I've provided in the description. There is a very helpful tutorial on that topic. Now, let's look into the principles of Kaizen. Kaizen principles are a set of guidelines used by organizations that implement Kaizen to ensure that they maintain a culture of continued improvement. It's not sufficient to just run a Kaizen for one time. It's important to actually run it on a continual basis to ensure that we have sustained continuous improvement. Here are some of the principles. Improve everything constantly. Here we need to question processes that are currently in use and uncover areas of potential improvement. This is the essence of the methodology and will ensure that we ask the right questions to start gradual improvement. Retire old concepts. This is usually easier said than done. The Kaizen method stresses the importance of identifying and retiring old processes that no longer serve the objectives of the business. Doing this will help pave the way for newer, more efficient processes. Eliminate waste. Eliminating waste is an essential part of introducing efficiency. Organizations that implement Kaizen constantly look out for processes that generate waste. Once these are identified, waste reduction should be seen as an opportunity for improvement. Gradual reduction of waste will lead to eventual elimination of waste. Data-driven decision-making, extremely important. Decisions should always be data-driven. Sometimes organizations need to start this process by ensuring that important data is routinely being collected and from reliable sources. Once data is efficiently collected, it should also be used to drive the decision-making processes. Learn through action. Kaizen promotes the philosophy of learning through action. There's only a certain amount of progress that can be made by learning and planning. Real progress can be made with action, and the learning derived through action. Action will lead to introspection and can lead to continued improvement. The next point is informed opinions from various sources. Now, high impact decision making should be driven by data and be verified by various informed sources. Getting consensus on decisions is always a good idea. It will also ensure buy-in from those key stakeholders of the process or project and will also ensure stakeholder engagement. Proactive mindset. Kaizen encourages a proactive mindset wherein one should seek solutions to any types of problems that arise. Sometimes these solutions can be out of the box and innovative, but this is essential for continuous improvement. Any challenge is an opportunity. Now, this refers to a change in mindsets. Challenges should be tackled by looking at them as opportunities to make things better. When a business overcomes a problem, it gains invaluable lessons on avoiding that problem in the future. Now that we've seen some important principles of Kaizen, let's look at some real-life implementation examples. Our first example is Toyota. Now, Toyota is one of the organizations responsible for the birth of Kaizen. It is therefore ingrained in the everyday functioning of the business and in pretty much every department of the business. In Toyota's production lines building forklift trucks, for example, each person is actively responsible for introducing Kaizen or improvements to their way of working and thereby introduce efficiencies in the overall system. The three main areas of improvement employees are encouraged to think about are as follows. Waste reduction. Waste reduction can reduce costs, can reduce unnecessary movements in the assembly line, and can therefore decrease waiting times. They all go a long way in ensuring more cars are assembled with costs pretty much staying the same. Competitiveness. Since each member of the team is encouraged to introduce Kaizens in their work, it brings in a culture of constructive competitiveness when it comes to improving how things are done. This is because employees see their peers improving their ways of working and their own productivity. It encourages them to also think out of the box and keep up with their peers, and this culture is encouraged. Employee engagement. Since Kaizen involves everyone, it gives employees a sense of pride and responsibility, which in turn will help retention rates. Our next example is also from the manufacturing sector, and it is from Motorola. Now, Motorola uses a concept called Kaizen events, which is their way of saying occasions of quality improvement. Here's how they go about implementing it. It follows a typical Kaizen cycle approach, which we've already looked at, with step one being the formation of a discussion team. So a team is put together which consists of representatives of different departments, mid-level managers, and factory workers. The next stage is observation, and this is when the team actually takes a walk around the factory floor, observes various processes with a beady eye, and sniffs out any issues that they witness. The next stage is improvements. This next stage is to ensure that ideas for improvement are collated. Special attention is paid to the suggestion from factory workers as they are directly involved with the processes in question. The teams then start evaluating the suggestions gathered and discuss their viability. The next stage is testing and implementation. Once an improvement idea is selected, this is where they work out how it can be tested. If the processes in question produces improved results, the new improvement is then implemented. So you can see that it is almost a classical Kaizen cycle implementation. Now let's look at a couple of more interesting examples. A very interesting example and a very different example of Kaizen implementation happened at the tail end of 2009 when the state of Gujarat in India decided to implement Kaizen and other lean methodologies to certain public sector departments. The overall objective here was to increase the efficiency of various public sector officers and help them accomplish more with the limited budget that they operated in. To get the process underway, the education department was tasked with running workshops to train close to 100 employees who then led the continuous improvement initiatives in their own department. The improvement initiatives incorporated the following. They were aimed at improving physical workspaces, they were aimed at improving processes, and they were aimed at increasing the number of people involved in the process. So as you can see, it can actually be implemented really well in public sector organizations as well. The next example is Nike. Nike is a classic example of a company that incorporates the continuous improvement model using various lean manufacturing methods, including Kaizen. One of the important focuses for the organization are, again, waste reduction and then developing a culture of process introspection and improvement at all levels, starting at the factory floor. So using these examples, we can see that Kaizen can be implemented in a variety of organizations, in a variety of ways, and the process is aimed at introducing a culture of continuous improvement. The interesting aspect of Kaizen is that it can also be applied to one's personal life. The essence of Kaizen is to make small gradual improvements to get sustained long-term results. So this can certainly be applied to our everyday lives. What we need to do is to tell ourselves that it's not always practical to think about making radical life changes. It's more practical to make gradual changes to our habits and our mindsets and gradually get closer to our goals. The key is to aim for a 1% improvement at a previously set interval. So for instance, you can set a 1% a day goal for improvement and then measure the results and keep at it. If the goal is losing weight, for instance, it's easier to keep working gradually rather than to go on a crash diet which promises noticeable results quickly, because even if some results are obtained very quickly, you tend to lose focus and you tend to lose progress pretty soon. Do you agree with applying Kaizen to your day-to-day life? Did you find this tutorial interesting? Are there any further topics that you want covered in relation to Kaizen or otherwise in this channel? Let me know in the comment section. Thank you very much for your attendance, and as always, please like this tutorial, please share the content in this channel, please subscribe, and please keep taking good care of your own self. Thank you. Bye-bye.